sent me PR for the very first time. Thank you so much About Face for sending me a little bit of PR. This is just one of the pieces that they sent me, but I've been testing this for a couple of weeks and I like it. This is their Curtain Call powder and I got it in the shade Bow. I think there is like a pink shade that's a little bit lighter. I haven't dabbled in the pink powder of it all. I don't know, call me old fashioned or whatever. I think I might like it if I tried it, but I just am not at this juncture trying it. So something very unique about this is actually the packaging. Loose powder is not always my favorite because of the packaging and how messy it can get. The top is a mesh top. Some people like mesh tops. Some people like mesh bottoms. Some people don't like the mesh top. I'm kind of indifferent to it. I think it depends on how you apply powder. I don't apply a ton of powder, so that is okay with me. Like, I only get what I need. But I think About Face really did. And while this packaging looks like pretty crazy, I think they did a really good job making something that's really usable and doesn't get the loose powder everywhere. This circle in the center that's covered in the powder, it goes directly through the mesh. And the perimeter also ends up keeping the powder that's not still in the mesh in there, which I find with loose powders is very rare. So often the times this is enough powder for me and I just pull my powder from there. And if I need a little bit more, I will go and get some from the mesh insert. But what I like about this is I don't have to really like pour anything out to get what I need. It's all just kind of like either right here or at the top of the mesh. And then when I shut it, powder doesn't get everywhere, which is like often the case whenever you turn a lid over onto loose powder. I'm gonna powder this side of my face. I'm just gonna powder the center of my face and going across the jawline. What I like about this is it's quite blurring. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of conversations about talc and not wanting talc. I'm not opposed to using talc. I think it's sad that we're losing options for talc powder for those who want it. I mean, we now have plenty of options for people who want talc-free powder. What I like is how blurring this is, and it's also pretty mattifying. I do find if I go maybe a little bit too heavy-handed, especially if I'm gonna like bake under my eyes or whatever, it can be a little bit too much. But if I'm just saving it for, you know, with a loose brush powdering my face, I find that's pretty effective and airbrushing, and it makes my skin look really good. And I feel like it keeps my skin matte for a really long time, which I find is something that is a challenge for other talc-free powders. I have oily skin, but I like my skin to still have some glow to it and not look lifeless. And I feel like this blurs and mattifies just enough, but doesn't make my skin look like super matte. And I think it looks really great. I've been a big fan of this. I don't think it's anything like the other favorite powder I have, which is the original formula of the Givenchy powder. I've been really liking this as an alternative to that. It's not the same thing, but I really like what it has done to my skin. It looks incredible.